What you saying, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management. It's Financial Friday, and of course, as always, we're going to be talking about money. So, as you guys saw from yesterday's video, I addressed the issue that we're currently in. Unemployment has risen crazily in the last few weeks since this whole pandemic has taken over, and according to Goldman Sachs, over the next couple of weeks, it could rise by another 30%. So that means millions who have already lost their jobs, it's not done there. There are many people who are going to still lose their jobs in the next couple of weeks. And of course, this situation is crushing. Like I said, yesterday's video, people's dreams are being taken away. People are losing their business. People are having to find new ways to provide for their family. People are suffering in so many different ways. Of course, no one could have seen this situation coming. But again, it shows why we always have to be prepared for these kind of situations. So today's video, I'm going to be explaining just why you need to pay yourself. And I'm going to break down exactly how 3 different types of people pay themselves. Of course, you're going to be in one category of these 3. And you're going to need to decide if you need to change category, if you need to stick to what you're doing, if you're doing okay, or what else you need to do while we're in this situation. So obviously, a lot of you guys might not have money coming in right now, but once you have money coming in, you definitely need to decide what you want to do and how you want to move forward. So the first category I'm going to touch on is poor people. I'll explain exactly what poor people do. Poor people get an income. Doesn't matter what source of income that is. Wherever it comes from, they get an income. They use it to buy their wants. They buy whatever they need, whatever they feel they need, whatever they would like to get, whether that's clothes, whether that's, expenses, whatever it may be. They buy those wants. And after that, they pay for the expenses. So at the end of the day, they might be bringing in $3,000 a month. And let's say the first $1,000 goes towards, what they want. It may be shoes, it may be clothes, it may be experiences, it may be trips to the movies, it might be just, going to eat out, it might be a few different things. But it's all going towards their wants, let's say. What else do poor people spend their money on? Well, let's say from the 3,000, 1,000 has gone to wants. They've got 2,000 left. Maybe 1,800 of that goes to expenses. 1,000 a month towards rent. 500 a month towards car loans, car payments. Another 300 per month goes towards, let's say, groceries, gas bills, phone bills, anything. They might have $200 left if they're lucky. Now, when it comes to poor people, living that way, it's not possible to keep up. Not only when it comes to a crisis, a pandemic, but also just in, general life. You need to have an emergency fund. You need to have money saved up. You need to have money where you can pull out of different assets to save you. Poor people live mostly like, the exact description I just described, but some of those people live even worse. That means they get $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, but they're spending $4,000, $5,000 because they've got credit cards, they've got, wants that are really not, they've got huge expenses, they've got to keep up a social image, they've got to do so many different things, which is just paying their bank account. So I want to tell you, if you're in that category of being a poor person, you might not think you're a poor person, but if you're someone who gets an income and spends it straight to your wants and then to your expenses, you're doing it wrong. You need to move out of that and at least go into one of the other 2 categories. The next category I want to talk about is the middle class. The middle class, they get paid an income. Again, it may be from 9 to 5, it may be from whatever it may be, but they get paid an income. They pay for their expenses, as you should do, because, they've taken money out, they owe money, they've signed for, contractual agreements that they're going to pay for something. They pay for those expenses. After that, they've got money left over, they buy their wants. So you might think, oh, this is much better than what the poor people are doing because, they're paying for the expenses first, they're being responsible. While poor people may, buy their wants first and not have enough to cover their expenses, even though the middle class are paying for the expenses first and then buying their wants, it's still not exactly the right category you're in. It's good that, they pay for the expenses. They get rid of those bills, those credit card loans. They pay for what they're supposed to pay for and they're responsible, like I said. That is good. So, they get $5,000 a month. $4,000 goes to expenses because they got, living an expensive lifestyle and a lifestyle that they're supposed to keep up, and then they will keep up their image, to keep their interest rates low, to keep up whatever it may be. But after that's gone, they're still buying wants. They're still buying their nice shoes, they're still buying their nice cars, they're still buying their nice clothes, going out for a nice dinner once in a while, going to the movies, socializing, spending a lot of money at the club. And that's fine, let's be honest, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to do it all to a certain extent. If you're getting a lot of money, let's say you're getting 60k a year, you might not think it's a lot. But 60k a year and spending 30k, 40k on expenses, another 15k, 20k on wants, it's not exactly the way to go. Long term again, it's not going to have you liberated, it's not going to have you living the life you want. It's not going to have you doing exactly what you want to do whenever you want to do it. Again, it's much better than the poor people who are not responsible, they're paying for their wants first, they're buying what they want first. But at the same time, again, you're not really much better off than them. The only way you're better off than them is maybe because you have got lower interest rates, maybe because you're more reliable, you're more responsible, your name is not tarnished. But pretty much you guys are doing the same thing. That is different to the third category of people. These are the rich people, of course. So what do the rich people do? The rich people get an income. Again, might be just from a 9 to 5, let's say. Might be 50k, it might not be 60k, it might not be as much as some people in the middle class are making. But they get that income. They invest it. They invest it in different opportunities, whatever it may be. Once they put those investments in, those investments may cover their expenses. If not, the investment, they're still paying for their expenses afterwards. Expenses come along, they're fine. After that, they pay for their wants. So what is the key difference here between the rich people and the middle class? Well, the middle class are paying for their expenses and then their wants. And the money's gone. The rich people are paying money towards investments. The investments are covering those expenses, and to be honest, a lot of the time those investments are covering their wants as well. That's why you see a lot of rich people who are able to, spend money in real estate, spend money in the stock market, spend money in businesses, spend money in whatever it may be. Different areas that they're spending money in, they're spending money in investments. They're getting paid and their first thought is to invest it. Their first thought is to invest it. It may be investing in themselves, it may be investing in real estate, it may be investing in any of those different areas I mentioned. But when they get that money, like I said again, their first thought is to invest it. Their first action is to invest it. So in theory, what is the key difference between the rich, the middle class and the poor? Well, the middle class and the poor are paying others first. The rich are paying themselves first. You might say to yourself, how is investing money paying yourself first? It is, and this is the reason why. Rich people are thinking long term. Rich people are using delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is thinking long term. The rich people are using their money to make more money. The rich people are literally sending their money out to go and work for them. The poor people in the middle class are paying for the expenses and wants. They're paying for what they need to live, what they've signed up to live for. They're getting rid of their money straight away. It's going to other people. The rich people are paying themselves first. Paying yourself doesn't necessarily mean getting money and just putting a bit to the side, but that's also a good thing. But paying yourself first honestly means investing it in this case. You get that money. Long term, you have to have a plan. You have to have an aim. You know what you want to do. You're getting money, you know where you're going to invest it. Every time your paycheck has come around, you should know where it's going. You should know, 40% of it is going into e-commerce. 30% of it is going into stocks. The other 30% I'm going to use for my wants, my needs, whatever I need to live off. As I said, the wealthy people, the rich people, they will buy their investment properties. They will buy their stocks, and they'll get paid from those stock dividends and go and buy their wants. They'll get paid from their rental properties and go and buy, the nice clothes, the nice shoes. They'll get paid from their apartment complexes, and then they will go on vacation with that money from those apartment complexes. The rich people are thinking long term. The rich people are wealthy because they use their money to make more money. The rich people pay themselves first. It's a pretty simple context. It's not difficult to grasp, but at the same time, not a lot of people do this. The poor people, they're not, they haven't got their life in order. They're paying for the wants first and then the expenses. They're giving their money to everyone else. The middle class, they're more responsible. They're paying for their expenses and then their wants. But still, they're paying money out. They're getting rid of money constantly. It's a continuous cycle. The money's coming in and it's going out to other people. The rich people, they're getting money and they're putting it back into what they're doing, putting it back into their foundations, putting it back into what they want to do. They're paying themselves, other people are paying others. And that is exactly the difference that you need to look out for when you use your money. However you plan to use your money, I'm telling you, be smart with it, invest in yourself first, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first and invest that money. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. There are so many different investment opportunities. Use YouTube, use Google, use the internet and find out exactly how you can make more money with your money. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, you comment on the video, let me know if you enjoyed it. Added to that, make sure you share it with a friend because there are many people who could find these kind of videos useful. You probably all have friends who are poor or in the middle class. I also have friends who are rich. Everybody has friends, in different categories. So make sure you share this video with people who could use it. As always, I'm trying to help at least one person become better every single day, or close to financial freedom, close towards their goals, push towards success, become smarter, more financially aware, and close to financial freedom. But as always, tomorrow is the weekend, so make sure you guys are back here for that, because that's where the real winners are made. But that's today's video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I've been the Money Management, and I've got money to be making. You got money to be investing. See you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.